You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Wow, here we go on a Monday, the final Monday and final week before football season starts, at least here in Jacksonville. Football will actually get going around the league this week. SEC Media Day is part of the discussion this week, today through Thursday, just over in Tampa. And the World Cup has a winner in Spain. The odds-on favorite to win it gets it done. Ryan Fox was not the odds-on winner to win the Open Championship. In fact, if you put a few bucks on him, you would have won handsomely. 2,000 to 1 odds for Ryan Fox going into the week. And Trevor Lawrence and the skill guys down there working out like they usually do in anticipation of that training camp. And most notably, holy cow, is Travis Hunter ripped. I mean, what? He looks ready to go and in shape. Not everybody was there, but Trevor Lawrence and the gang is there. And all I need to know here on a Monday, did Dad and kid stay for the entire game? I think the answer is yes, but did they stay for the entire game on Sunday and see the walk-off win for the Brew Crew?
Of course, yeah, man. I mean, we're trying to get our money's worth, right? Like, it's about a 2-hour drive from where we live in Iola. So, yeah, it was me, Ronan, my mom, my aunt, my cousin Tom, his wife, and then 3 kids were all there. And, yeah, there wasn't much to cheer about in the first, 8 innings. And then, leave it to the 9th inning. William Contreras comes in. His first at-bat was a K. Second at-bat, game-winning walk-off home run in exciting fashion, man. Went crazy. Got some cool video of it. So, yeah, it was it was wild. And then obviously I had the World Cup going on, too, on my cell phone, sitting in the stand. So there was a lot going on for that Brewer game. At the end, it was just getting to that point, which was kind of the hard part.
Well, and I didn't look at this part because I just took a peek and I saw they were down 1-0, and then I saw how it ended, and that was about it. But I would imagine at 1-0 going into the 9th, it was a pretty quick game. So I was like, I bet they had to stay. It's not like it was a 3.5-hour affair. Hey, we got to get out of here. The way things are now. I mean, the baseball goes pretty quick. So that game must have flown by.
No, honestly, because it started at. It was like a 1:10 start time. It was like 2 hours and I want to say like 20 minutes or 2 hours and 30 minutes. So maybe that's pretty fast for a baseball game. But like I was kind of surprised for how I think the Brewers had 2 hits going into the 9th. For as bad and as boring as it was, I was a little surprised of how long it took. But you got
you're
sausage. Right. Yeah, but when you got sausage races, what was it?
2:49.
Yeah, that's not great.
That's long for a game. I mean, that's long for a game anyway these days, but it's really long for a 1-0 game.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got the sausage races and all the extra stuff, and it was Paw Patrol day at the park. So, had to take full advantage of that as well. So, yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like boring. I mean, obviously there wasn't a lot of action, but we still had a great time.
Did you have, what did you eat? What did you eat at the ballpark?
Well, we tailgated, so we had like kebabs, but like the kebabs, they weren't like actually like meat and peppers. It was like cheese curds you had and like pretzel bites, and like a bunch of like different assorted meats and everything. So we had those.
Man, that's good.
That at the game, I had a kielbasa, had a sausage, had some ice cream. So the usual ballpark fare, if you will.
Did you have the kildosage?
Did not have the kildosage, no. No.
That has not been made yet this summer, Hamby. How are you helping make this happen? Come on, Hamby. The kildosage.
I don't know it.
Oh my!
I know what a kielbasa is.
I don't think Hamby was here for that.
He wasn't? Who did that?
Or maybe he was. But when we had to design the ballpark food, Hamby?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
About that.
Forgot about that. What the?
Yeah.
I mean, jeez, oh man. I haven't done that yet.
Shout out to the security at the Brewers game because wanted to try my arm through because they have like a radar gun where you can go like in the cage and then throw a pitch and see how fast.
What do we got?
Yeah. No, didn't have anything because they said I was too big and too old. So because they said I guess it was for like 14 and younger, and I'm like, can I get a special exception? And the guy's like, absolutely not.
Yeah,
so
what the heck, man?
I know what because we waited in line like during the game probably for like 20 minutes, and my son got to do it, so that's all that matters. But I mean, I was trying to, he's like, I bet you can get like 99. I'm like, I can't get 99, but if I can get like 70, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But,
That's awesome. He had high expectations for you. It
goodness
might be better
gracious.
off. It might be better off that you didn't go.
just let it die with the dream a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah, just have this perception of me and not actually showcase my skill set. Yeah,
what he doesn't know won't kill him.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
How did he
For
do?
sure.
Did he chuck it pretty good? I've always been surprised at those things. They should work more like the Fort Myers radar guns. And they should ramp it up like in a perfect game tournament. They should ramp it up and make you feel like you just threw it 105. But they actually don't. Like, I've chucked those things before in the past, and it's like, what the hell? That was it? I know I throw harder than that.
Yeah, I think he got like 48.5 was the highest. So I don't know if that's good or bad.
Surprised me.
Not bad. I mean, it was accurate, though. It was straight. So that's what we asked for.
I love it. Good stuff. Good time at the ballpark. Nice crowd there. At least they announced. I mean, was it sold out the way it looked on paper?
Not even close. No.
Wasn't?
Paw Patrol Day. No, Paw Patrol Day really hurt him. It was like 32,000. I think it was something like that. I mean,
it said 36, but I mean,
okay.
but it does. It's not like filled to the gills. 36.
Oh no, not even close. No. I mean, I would probably say it was, by the looks of it, it might have been like half full to like. Yeah, it wasn't that busy that day. Like, traffic wasn't bad at all.
Okay, oh, really?
But saw a lot of Argentina. It was crazy. I couldn't believe all the Argentina jerseys that I saw like at the game. Yeah, like, and I don't think like Milwaukee's really like a big Argentina centric city, but like people had World Cup fever. It seemed like as well.
How many Argentinian people live in the United States? Like, is that? It feels like. There's a ton of them. I mean, I guess it could just have Argentinian fans, right? Because of Messi. Like, I get that.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
But so I get the fandom. Let's just say that. But Miami, I don't think the Miami folks are traveling to New York. You know what I'm saying? It's like they are. I guess I get the Messi part. I just didn't realize they'd be that invested in Argentina, especially in the World Cup, to the amount that they were. Maybe in pockets of the United States, I would get that. But like you just said, you saw there.
Well,
like
I mean,
New
listen,
York's not close to Miami at all. So
I don't want to make any assumptions, but when I see like a 300-pound guy with a beer belly and a white dude rocking, an Argentina like World Cup kit, a home version, I don't think he was from Argentina.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I would go out on a limb and say he probably wasn't.
He might be on the bandwagon, and it's a big wagon.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. And Mr. Hugo, to answer your question, the roof was open and it was glorious.
Used to be neighbors with a family from Argentina who were there because he was part of the Navy in Argentina and had a stint here. Those guys were awesome. Zero English other than the dad. The kids didn't speak any English, so I was probably like 10, something like that, and so they would always knock on our door and ask us to play football, and I got so excited, and then they brought out a soccer ball, and then it was the only thing you could hear was no mano, no mano, no mano, because I was just trying to pick it up. It was a great time.
Hey, nice. Austin, by the way, is on Dad of the Year nomination list because Ronan's having a summer of fandom. Norway stuff and that trip, Milwaukee game and walk-off homer to get it done. I'm trying to think. Did I miss anything else?
Dude got to run the bases too after the game, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
so
yes.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you on to do that either.
Could you imagine?
No, I had the option to, but I let my mom do walk him out there and stuff.
Oh, you could have gone down there. Okay.
I literally could have did it, but I'm like, I'm not trying to get my Vans dirty and everything.
But
it was funny too because
so
when Wild Bill walked off the Brewers, they had like a cooler full of like gum that they poured on him at home plate.
Okay.
So then the gum was still there, like when the kids were on the field, and I saw my son try to like snag some, and what was asked nicely, I guess, to kind of put it back down. So it was kind of a bummer. Like, you couldn't get a little souvenir, a little memento.
Yeah, what's in the gum?
Maybe I should. All right, Hamby, dump that part, please.
Yeah, what's in the gum? Ronan chews gum, comes back from Milwaukee 2 weeks later, and he's jacked.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
Hey, can you grab the Martineau some of that, please?
Yeah. I got you, man.
Yes,
no problem.
But yeah, man, like I was thinking of that. I was actually thinking yesterday, at least those two events. I don't know if there are other ones, but that's pretty cool to, at his age, right? I mean, he's 11, right?
Yeah,
so
11.
You get, I mean, that's I was trying to think back to, I always talk about the Doug Flutie time when that was what I remember sports. Like I just remember that year, 1984. I would have been 7, and I'm not saying I never watched sports before that. I don't remember it. But I remember vividly, like where I was, the living room, the little TV, the everything of 1984 and Doug Flutie. And then, I also remember the Detroit Tigers in the World Series and just some other things that I really started to recollect around that time. And that wasn't even going. That was just watching it on TV. And then there are some games, like my dad's not a big sports fan, but I actually did go to games because he worked in sales. And so they would get tickets to games. And when they didn't fill them up, nobody took them, like he would take me. So like I went to some Red Sox games and Patriot games, which were brutal, and even an occasional, like maybe once, like a Celtics game, which was like wow. And I really remember that, like the Celtics, because wherever we were sitting, they just were giants, right? It was like holy cow, these guys are huge. So but I just feel like, and I have no idea, maybe it happened prior to, I got a feeling Ronan in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, we'll talk about this summer, when he sees those two events in particular that you just don't forget.
I mean, God knows I'll be talking about it for the rest of my life, and I'm sure he will too. Yeah, it's one of them. Obviously, I grew up going to games and everything, but didn't really have like any like core memories. I mean, I got to go to one Packer game on Monday Night Football against the Tennessee Titans, and the Titans beat them by like 30. And then we got to go like in the atrium and like meet the players after, and like what Packers player wants to like give you a high five and take a picture when you just got blown out on national television by the Tennessee Titans, right? So so like, but I mean, it's still a cool experience, but like not the game that we probably wanted to go to. And with little man, I mean, like, because I was so lucky growing up as a kid where I was a Bulls fan. So I got to see Michael Jordan win championships. I was a Packers fan. So I got to watch the Green Bay Packers win a Super Bowl. And like, there's something special about being a kid and watching your team that you invest your time, effort, and energy in winning championships. Dude had a little bit of a rough run with Oregon in the playoff, right? Where I hope earmuffs Ronan wasn't even close against Indiana, right? That was a rough one. And then the Jaguars playoff loss against the Bills, where we were there and with the crowd cheering and everything, thinking, all right, this is Trevor Lawrence, we got it. The interception to end it, and we're just kind of sitting there, dumbfounded at what happened. So that was a rough memory for us. So like to see, to go to New York, watch Holland and Norway do their thing and get a dub, and then to see that the walk-off home run, it kind of makes it all worth it again, right? Like there's the ups and there's the downs, and thankfully right now we're trending on the upside again. So hopefully the Jacksonville Jaguars can keep it going.
You got to have both. So I was going to ask you that. You guys were at the Bills game. Ronan was at the Bills game.
Oh yeah.
So again, that can be a core memory, even if it wasn't a win. Like that's still a memory. And then when did you guys go to Oregon? Was that last summer?
Oh no, we went to Oregon for the spring game, but I'm just saying watching, following along with because we were.
No, I know you're talking, but really I remember invested. that was last summer you went to Oregon. That was that long ago.
No, that was last spring. It was for
like
the spring
this
game.
past spring.
No, 2 springs
last
ago.
spring.
Like,
okay,
yeah, 2 springs ago.
Okay, so again, he's had a hell of a 15 months.
Yeah, man, it's been wild
in the sports fandom. Like that's good. Yes. Hamby, you remember? I mean, it's interesting. You're growing up in Jacksonville, and you got the Jags, but other than that, you got to kind of get out of Dodge. Now, well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, you do if you have the Players' Championship, that Daytona 500, you have a Florida-Georgia game. Like, you have definitely some huge items to kind of get you hooked along with the Jags. But when you're growing up with the Jags, Hamby, sorry, there's not much to literally go see and like.
Yeah, I don't remember a single Jags game from growing up. Doesn't really stick out to me. Like I remember going and watching Garrard play, and I was like, oh my gosh, he can throw it so hard. Like I was impressed with how fast it came out. Like I guess I was probably around that 12 or something like that. But I don't remember like walking out of a win ever. I really don't.
I really don't. There wasn't a vibe, right?
No, that's fair.
There really just wasn't.
Yeah, like, I mean, I remember going to Red Sox. I can't remember all the vivid details, but I remember going to a Red Sox game, and they played Toronto, and it was like just the magic of Fenway type thing, where they were down in the 9th. Sweet Carolina plays the inning before, and the Red Sox win. It felt like they would find a way to come back and win the 9th inning a lot. They're not very good at home this year, but they're very good right now. But still, they would find a way to. There's just a magic about Fenway Park, a little bit like that at Yankee Stadium and Wrigley over the years and stuff. So, and you could feel that. And I just remember feeling that. I was like, holy cow, this is unbelievable, right? But I was a big Sox fan by that time. It's not like it got me to that point. That's pretty interesting what you say about the Jags. Like, you don't really have those. I mean, if you're in your age group, 25, 26, what are you, 26 now? I always forget.
25.
25? So
the best one for us is the 2017 run. We were in high school.
Oh, it saved you. I mean, like, Ty's 21. I mean,
Without that,
I always say that saved that generation.
100%.
Of like, wow, it got me back in. Otherwise, we'd have even more Mahomes jerseys around here, Lamar Jackson's jerseys around here. We'd have even more. I mean, 22, 23 helped. Last year helped as well. But for that age group, for your age group, when you hadn't seen anything,
nothing.
I mean, nothing. Like if you were fortunate enough to go to the Houston Jags game and Garrard did have the Hail Mary, like that's what you saw. Like that was the cream of the crop, you know. But 17 saved so much. But to that point, also, like there's not a lot of like there's a vibe in 17, but you would have had to attend those games to kind of feel that vibe in that stretch in December and January. I mean, Austin, it's amazing. Like usually when you go to a game or you have been to a few, you can actually feel like what it's like when it's good. And I mean,
no,
Jacksonville, like you just didn't have that for so long.
No, you didn't have that for so long, and I feel like you didn't have consistency for so long. You know, it was kind of just like a flash in the pan for a season, and that like alluding to the question that was asked, that I can't see who it's from, but saying, you know, if the Jaguars win the Super Bowl, would the attitude be, you know, I know it or I never thought it could have happened or whatever. And you know, it's a great question, and it kind of ties with what we're talking about here. I think the biggest question right now with this team, because there's expectations despite what the national media thinks, right? There's the echo chamber, or there's a fortress of solitude that Jaguars fans are living in, thinking like, okay, this feels different with Liam Cohen. And I feel like we've had those conversations before. I felt like we've had the this feels different conversation with Doug Peterson. I felt like we've had, well, this feels different with the conversation with Doug Marrone after they, you know, won a lot in 2017. So we've had that before, but once again, here I am saying this, you know, this regime and everything, it does indeed feel different, whether it's the attitude, whether it's the play calling. So to answer the question of would I be more shocked or would it be more of like, that's what I thought? Honestly, as crazy as it sounds, and maybe I'll have egg in my face when we're talking about this back, you know, in January, February here, but like I wouldn't be surprised. I would err on the side of more expectation than actually being shocked if they do contend for a Super Bowl, simply because I think what we saw this past season, it wasn't a fluke. I think it was genuine. I think it's who this team is going to be. Now, there's some question marks, but guess what? Every NFL team's got question marks going into the season. But I think when you look at the division, I think when you look at how the AFC can shake out, I think you have to put Jacksonville up there with one of the best teams in the AFC.
I love the question, by the way. Big Nuke Dog 1986, who, if you're just listening, can't see. Good morning, Austin. Mr. Brent, if the Jags win Super Bowl this year, how would you look back at how you feel about their chances now? Slightly, I know it, or I never could have thought it. You know, it's a good, I like that kind of question, too, because how would we have talked about it? And I agree with Austin here. Yes, there's plenty of scar tissue. I say it all the time. I mean, anywhere I've been in the last few months, they asked me about this year, I said, yeah, but they haven't been to back-to-back since 1999. I mean, that's what I'm stuck on because that's what I've seen. They've got to earn that. They know that. They've got to do it. They can't even do it just till December. They've got to do it all the way through the end. But I do think there's this belief that, yes, the regime, Austin, to your point, but also that there's a pretty good football team here in Jacksonville. Now, we debate back and forth how good it is. Austin mentioned it. Do we think it's better than it is? And national folks don't think it as good as we do. But I do think we think it's a pretty good, from a floor standpoint, it's a good football team, competitive football team. What I don't know, and I don't know if we asked this as much. Maybe we did. I want to say 17, we might have asked this a little bit more, and maybe the other time because of Trevor. But I thought the Bortles one, we started to ask, hey, did he find something in 17 that we're now going to see in 18? And then same thing, I guess, with Trevor. But now we know a little bit more about Trevor. So what my thought there is, what is the ceiling of this team? I mean, they just played the best football out of anybody in the last 2 months of last year in the regular season. Like anybody. They could put you could put them against anyone. And I understand they lost in the first round, but that was a good football team too. And that's the way sports work. They were good. What if they tick up a little bit? What if they just take another step? I think it's fair to ask that, and then we've been like, yeah, I mean, see, we could have seen that coming. I don't think it's in the I never would have thought it camp. Do I think there's a real chance they can win the Super Bowl in 2027? And I would say, yeah. I really have to think about it. But I would say, yeah, that's not a pipe dream. That's not a pie in the sky, sunshine and rainbows. That's yeah, I think they can be in that conversation. I also think there are 9 teams in the AFC that could probably stake claim to that same answer.
So, yeah, and I agree with you, but here's my argument, and this is kind of letting the past be a little more prologue of what I've seen, right? Because there's always going to be outliers in sports, especially in football. Sometimes you just have a season that's inexplainable. You win a Super Bowl, congratulations. Mm-hmm. But I always feel like if you want to, if you're in Vegas and you want to put money on, can this team win a Super Bowl or not? I think you have to answer 2 questions first to even get out of the gate, to even be in the conversation. And those 2 questions are, do you have the coach? Do you have the quarterback? I think, and once again, it's 1 season, right? So it's a very small sample size, but I think we all agree that Liam Cohen is that guy. And we saw Trevor Lawrence play some of his best football at the end of the season this last year. So to answer, you can go around any NFL team, ask the question, do they have the quarterback? Do they have the head coach, right? I think the Jacksonville Jaguars have both those. So when you can answer those questions truthfully, you're going to have a shot. I can sit here and say, yeah, Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the AFC. Do they have the head coach, though? I think that's up for debate, right? Now, last year was Sam Darnold. Do they have the quarterback in Sam Darnold? Well, he proved that he played at a very high level, and he proved he played at a high level in Minnesota, and they had the coach. So it always comes down to me, first and foremost, coach and quarterback. And after that, if you can ask me a question and say, yes, they have both those, then start breaking down, okay, what kind of defense do they have? What kind of weapons do they have? But you're out of the gate right now, at least, with Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence.
How about you, Hamby? By the way, I like did you get a new light or something? It's a little bit better. I feel like I need to buy you a light.
It looks like you're going to the Black Parade, honestly. It's very dark where I'm coming from, but
better you say that than me. But last week I thought it was even darker in there. And I forgot to say that and mention it to you. I think we need to turn the lights on.
We can do that.
I'll get you a ring light. I mean, it's like $19. Can do that.
I got one up here. I just want to turn it up a little bit. If the Jags had beaten the Bills, we watched the rest of the playoffs last year thinking, what? I think we were all on the same page saying, holy cow, if the Jags had just beaten the Bills, I like them. I like them against the Broncos. I like them against the Patriots. Probably wouldn't have liked them against, obviously, the Seahawks or the Rams, but those were the conversations that we had. If we had just gotten by the Bills, I don't think we would have taken anybody else over the Jags in the AFC. So I think those are the kind of things when everybody's like, yeah, we want to pull back to just kind of mediocrity, kind of the mean, so we don't kind of get our hopes up too much. I think that's a lot of it is the hopes and the expectations. Because the Jags haven't won two years in a row in a very, very long time. But at the end of the day, you can make a ton of the Etienne Lloyd departures, but the team is the same team. Same team.
Yeah, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. It's the same team minus the 2 guys you just mentioned.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking overall in general.
Being the same team 22-23 bothered people, and it turned out at the end of the day they were right.
Well, yeah, but it
was good for 8-3.
I'm just of the mindset of, look, what did you think of the team in the playoffs last year? You thought they could have beat anybody in the AFC. And yes, you can over dramatize the Lloyd and Etienne departures. Not trying to say they weren't important, they were. But 95% of your team is back.
Yeah.
And it's in year 2 of a system that you believe in, and that's an ascending coach and ascending. I mean, everything's ascending. So why would we not have confidence going into this year?
Yeah, we would. I like what you're saying there. I think, 2 things. One, we're scheduled to get Liam Cohen on the show next week ahead of camp, and I think this is really a prime question I have for him because he said it in one of the meeting rooms that year 2 is the biggest year. And so I just a little deeper dive into that, and I agree with him. I think, but I wonder why he assesses that. Why do they think that? I've never really Doug Peterson talked about year 2 a lot in terms of the growth of the quarterback, because that's where Carson Wentz really took off in his system. And so he mentioned that a lot. But I just thought the context of the way Cohen said it, I thought was a bit more interesting when he said it to his staff. Like, hey, this is where. And I agree, because this franchise just hasn't been able to do it this century, go back to back. I mean, so this year is massive, maybe in any program, but specifically in this program. If you are going to make them a consistent winner, a sustained winner, which is what Shad's been searching for, Tony Baselli's now searching for, everybody's been searching for here in Jacksonville. But I thought you said something pretty interesting. I don't think it's like we have to. There's this fine line, and Austen does a good job of this, in my opinion. I don't. Where again, I will admit my satisfaction level of this season would be to check the box of being a playoff team again in back-to-back years. I don't mind admitting that. Like I would say, I think you got to get past that hurdle before I start saying, man, I can't believe they didn't win the Super Bowl. Right? But I think what Austen will tell you is if they've got 11 or 12 wins, and now the disappointment becomes a little bit higher than that, right? Like it becomes what do you mean? We're starting to get to the point where, wait a minute, you can't lose that first round playoff game. You can't lose in the playoffs. You got to win. And I get that in sports. But there is an element here in Jacksonville where it's like, whew, I'll take that. I would take that over what it's been. And that's what I think we wrestle with a little bit, Austen, right? Like just this kind of, like I don't even allow myself to say, oh, it's not Super Bowl or bust, but Super Bowl is even out there. Because quite frankly, I'm just hoping that the playoffs are out there for this football team and this franchise, because we just haven't seen it that often, and obviously haven't seen back-to-back in 27 years.
No, I get it. Scar tissue is a real thing,
It
right?
is.
But it is, right? But at the end of the day, like it's a year-by-year season. And if you win 13 games and you're arguably one of the best teams in the AFC last season, there's no reason to think why you can't be that team again. Like that's it's simple. And like no, like I'm not going to sit here and say, all right, well, if the Jaguars, if they get a wild card berth, if they win the division and then they get bounced out again, yeah, at least it was back-to-back seasons and making the playoffs, win the division. Like no, like I don't think that's good enough, and I don't think Liam Cohen would hang his hat and say that's good enough, right? Like. And once again, maybe it's an unfair expectation for this franchise who hasn't had a lot of consistent success all year, but like this is sports, and you feel like when your window's open, you have to capitalize. And right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars window, it's open. It's just like in Cincinnati. Like it's not like Cincinnati's had a lot of success, it seems like the past couple of years, but like they're itching for a Super Bowl. They're saying, all right, well, if Joe Burrow stays healthy, we paid T. Higgins, we got Jamar Chase. Like, why can't we win a Super Bowl? Right? Like that's just what it is. I feel like to be a fan, and granted, like yeah, I'm a guy that covers the team first, and then fan second or whatever. But I'm also a former player, and I get how a locker room works, right? So like every single guy in that locker room that's going to come in there for training camp, the expectations are gonna. I mean, they're going to talk about it. Okay, well, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to visualize ourselves, being in Riverside or whatever, hoisting that trophy, and then the victory parade. But there will be expectations that there will be practices where it's going to be like, that's not a Super Bowl team type of quality.
Yeah.
And that's what expectations are. And I think as fans, it's okay to put yourself out there and say, this team should make a pretty good run.
Yeah, I think this is where you can get a level of excitement from Liam. Because I do think this is a bit different as we just organically have hopped onto this. Thanks for the question, by the way, to get us going. But I go back to 2017, trying to be as honest as possible. 2017 is the first time. I mean, holy cow, it was the first time since I had been here. It was a decade, and they made the playoffs. Like, that is, soak it in. But it's not just for me. It's for everybody else, but also internally in the building. Doug Marrone never thought he'd be a head coach again. And he was like, holy cow, look what we did, right? So there's this level of disappointment because you lost to the Patriots in the fashion that you lost to them, and oh my gosh, right? But it was still like this joy of getting to the AFC Championship game, as it should have been. In 22 to 23, I felt like the same thing. They had turned it from urban, man. I mean, that awful year, and turned it into a playoff. I mean, talk about Doug Peterson. I mean, you're on top of the mountain. You can be very satisfied with that. You already got a Super Bowl. And so just human nature, and this isn't a Doug criticism or a Doug or Duck criticism. This is just, human nature says that's pretty satisfactory. Let's just try to keep going. Well, I sensed something totally different with Liam Cohen last year. That was not it. He, I think, is still pissed. Like, really pissed because he sees what you and I and Hamby and everybody else saw. If we beat Buffalo, we might win the Super Bowl. And I think that's been expressed in there. There's more of a chip coming off one of the tie for the best year in franchise history in wins. I'm sorry, a second for wins. And yet, I feel like there's a chip. I think naturally, Austen, he kind of has one. Anyway, like all the time, I think he has an edge to him, but I think part of his edge is built on the fact that they lost here in January, and they felt like they were better than everybody else in the AFC, at least, like to go to the Super Bowl. We'll see what Seattle, and that would have been a different story. But in the AFC, I think they absolutely thought at that moment in time, and that's what it's all about in sports, at that moment in time, they were the best team in the AFC, and they didn't get the job done. And I think that is not a celebration of a season. You can take the step, but I sense from Liam Cohen that he's as pissed as if they went almost 4-13 coming off the way that thing ended.
Yeah, to go along with what somebody said in the chat of how do you know this isn't, the team from a couple years ago. So like, let's go back to 2017, right? Expectations were decent. They surprised a lot of people. AFC Championship game, Miles Jack wasn't down. You go into 18 and things are off to a great start, and then it just nosedives, and all of a sudden you're back where you kind of started, and damn, like put those playoff tickets on hold. They're not even close to going. That wasn't a talent issue. Like that was a locker room issue, right? Yeah. Like sometimes there's teams where you can just see on paper where it's like, okay, yeah, it's just, hey, Miami Dolphins, hate to tell you guys, but you're probably not going to make a Super Bowl run this year. Just the way your roster looks. Like Tennessee Titans, I get you got a new coach and everything, and maybe you'll surprise some people. Vegas likes you a lot, but like, do you really have the team to take you to an AFC Championship game? Go and clip it, and maybe I'm wrong, but probably not. In 2018, you had the roster. The problem is that not everybody bought in. You lost the locker room, and it was more of just like a team chemistry issue than it was actually a team talent issue. I can't see this team falling apart this season. Like, yeah, maybe you're going to go through some rough patches, right? Because you got a pretty hard road in the beginning. And then maybe towards the end when guys are fatigued and everything, you got 2 games in London, you're coming back. Like, yeah, there's going to be some hard times. But I feel like when those hard times do happen, I don't think Liam Cohen's going to let it get out of control. Yeah. And this is where his emotion comes into play a little bit. I think this is where his leadership comes into play a little bit. And this is why I like a personality like Liam Cohen to kind of course correct when it seems like it's going south a little bit. Right? Like, I think, Doug Peterson, you can't deny how great of a coach he was in Philly. Guy won a Super Bowl, was the ultimate underdog. And he had, a decent time in Jacksonville till it went really bad. But I don't think he was the guy that was going to course correct it when it went bad. Like, I think there's some coaches that they have that chip on their shoulder. They have that attitude. They have that, Brent likes to say, pissiness. But like, they have that attitude where it's like, hey, this isn't going to be us. And I think the knocking points on a Doug Marrone and a Doug Peterson was when it's going great, fantastic. All right, I can give you the X's and O's. I can give you the motivation and everything. We'll win some football games. But when it goes bad, I don't think they really had like the makeup, the DNA to be like, hey guys, here's how we have to do to crawl out of this and be better. I think Liam Cohen was made for that first. Like, I was a big skeptical of like, what's going to happen if the Jaguars start going on a winning streak? How's he going to handle it? Right? Yeah. Like, I was never worried about Liam Cohen when it goes bad. I felt like he had the attitude to get him out of it. My big question was, what happens if you go on a 6-7 game winning streak? Can you still find motivation? Well, he found it. So that's why I feel like this feels different. To answer the question in the chat, I feel like this isn't like the 18 team coming in. This isn't like, having success in the playoffs with Doug Peterson the following season, just nose diving. That's why, to me, it feels a lot different.
Yeah, I think he is the difference. I think it's well said. I think like we probably just haven't talked about it enough, but I think that is the difference. And I think the only question here, guys, is will the team embody that? And I feel like they've been very business, but I've sensed that before too. There's a grown men group a bit more. They're professional. They've been around the block a bit. They've seen it. And maybe Trevor and even Josh Hines-Allen and those guys can now feed off. They've seen the other side. They've seen it like, man, we were close. We were this or that. Okay, we need a whole different mentality. We need that dude's mentality. We need Liam Cohen's mentality, the edge. Why is he so pissed? We just won 13 games. No, we are pissed too. Will the team embody that? Because I think it's easy it's human nature to get pretty satisfied and complacent. I don't see that. I think that might be the difference between the last few runs here in Jacksonville, and it really will point back to Liam Cohen, and it might point back to James Gladstone and Tony Baselli too. But Baselli we know has that as well. He says all the right things about that, but this goes off Cohen. Cohen's the compass here, and I think how he spreads that, how he walks around the building, all that stuff with the confidence, but also that edge is really important here to spread to this football team. Like we've said a little bit over the last couple of weeks, I think they've got some material. I think they got material to play off, so we'll be able to use that again. But how do you elevate? And I think that's the million-dollar question around here in Jacksonville, is how are they going to elevate? One quick thought, since we're on the Jags, before we go to break, and then we'll get to the World Cup. But did you see the picture, Austin, of the Jags working out? And
I have not seen it.
Do you have that, Hamby? It's hard not to notice Travis Hunter. I know we've talked about this a couple of times. It's just hard not to notice Travis Hunter. And I would suggest that this is a guy that, to me, that's locked in. You don't have to hear him. You can kind of see it. The work that he's put in, the comeback from the injury, all the talk about where he is. And, he just looks the part, which tells me he's been working his ass off. And I don't know how – can you blow that up at all, Hamby?
Yeah.
Just Brent's body breakdown. Let's see it.
Well, I know that's kind of a little goofy, but it's also, I think, the reality of what we have here with Travis Hunter. It's our curiosity is where does he put on some weight? Is he I think it just says a lot about a guy coming off rehab. And, I think we said the same thing about Devin Lloyd last year, right? He had put on weight 2 years prior. He comes back and he looks really fit and good, and it looks like he's ready to go. I don't think many people would sit there and say Travis Hunter looks like a beast of, from a physical standpoint. He looks like a beast.
Listen, and I've been probably calling for it more than anybody. I'm like, this guy's got to put on some weight. And, I had it on pretty good authority that there was a concern that he wasn't going to be able to do it. And, then would injuries be a thing? Would what they're asking him to do be a thing? So, that I think I said that was my biggest concern in the offseason. Well, set aside from, what happens with Achan or whatever. But my biggest concern was, can Travis Hunter put on weight? Or is he going to kind of be in his own head and have to be like, I have to stay at my weight because I feel the best there? And I think he's answered that question. Like he's bought in. And when you have a guy, especially and as dynamic and unique as he is, buying in, I think that's all you need. And I'm not trying to over exaggerate this thing, but going into this offseason, when the season was done, you started hearing, man, he's gonna put on weight. He's gonna put on weight. We hope he puts on weight. He might not want to. I started having flashbacks of, man, I hope it doesn't turn into a Jalen Ramsey situation where it's and not to knock Jalen, but you knew what it was at Jalen, right? There was the Jaguars, and then there was Jalen, right? And then sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. Sometimes, coaches are butting heads with them and everything. I didn't want it to turn into that again, right? Because we knew Jalen was a special player. It just didn't work out in Jacksonville. We know Travis Hunter's a special player. I just didn't want any kind of animosity built up or anything like that with how it started to where it was now. Him putting on this weight, putting on the muscle, it is apparent. That shows me that he's buying in. And he's trusting the process. He's trusting the strength and conditioning team. He's trusting Liam Cohen. He's trusting James Gladstone. That's what you want to see. So I get sometimes we over-exaggerate things in terms of, well, this guy looks great. His physique is phenomenal. It is that important, I feel with Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I'm just going to add one more thing to it. He's got all the money he's going to need. He's got all the fame he's going to need. He's not in a contract year. He's played 8 games in the NFL, and he looks, at least from what he's done to come off injury, super motivated. To me, that says a lot about the guy. Says a lot about who he is, says a lot about who he wants to be, that he's chasing greatness and all those things, and that he's motivated by that. Again, go back to complacency, human nature. If everybody's in Travis Hunter's situation, it's easy to do your work and get your work in, but maybe not to the degree that it looks like he's done. And I think that's what makes guys like this a different level. But I think it's important to him. And I like that. I don't think we ever questioned that, by the way. When he came to Jacksonville, he loves football. He loves fishing and he loves football. Like, that's it. He's in video games and family, and those mix those in too. But, he loves football. That's one of the reasons they drafted him. And I think just his work has shown that he missed football and wants to be great. I think it says more of those things when you do this. So it's a really good sign, I think, for the Jacksonville Jaguars in someone they are highly invested in. And if all the things that we're going to talk about are going to happen, he is going to be a stud. He needs to be a stud. He needs to be a star. And I just think at least some of the makings are there from what we have before we get to camp going next week. Let's hit a break. Brent and Austen show from Milwaukee. Well, not really. From Wisconsin, not Milwaukee anymore. Wisconsin to Jacksonville. How about Spain in the World Cup? No surprise. Put a bow on the World Cup conversation and everything that just took place, and see you in 4 years? Or do we have some suggestions? We've got a couple suggestions for the sport of soccer now that it's been really thrown here into the United States to the tune of, 7 million people attended the World Cup 2026. Crowds were unbelievable. What a success. Huge success story is the World Cup 2026. Talk a little bit about it when we come back. Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Local sports content anytime and anywhere. That's been the vision of the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network as we bring you live events and exclusive interviews just like this.
I'd be lying if I'd have said in 1995 when they picked me that 30 years later I'd be sitting here.
Let's see this weigh in right now. What do we got? Oh, we got a big O. 44.48. There's the moment here.
Lead is 14, matching the largest of the game. Crawford, he did it again!
If we can't do the minimum of making it to the Final Four, then something's really not right.
And it's only growing from there. So join the thousands of people that have been tuning into the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network each week. Download the apps, save the website, or tune into any of our social media platforms as we bring you local sports anytime and anywhere. So come watch some sports with us on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Nimnicht is synonymous with Jacksonville, and now in 2026, Nimnicht is celebrating 85 years of partnerships with you. Longevity equals trust, and you want a car dealership you can trust. Thousands of vehicles sold, generations of families, all part of the Nimnicht family of dealerships. It's nobody but Nimnicht, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnicht Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road.
Congratulations to Jordan Matthews, our committed to the uncommitted player of the year.
Nobody but Nimnicht. They are there for you and your causes, your car buying experience, and they are there for you 24 hours a day at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. Experience professional grade with big inventory and even bigger savings. And Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified dealership. Nobody but Nimnicht for 85 years. This milestone belongs to you, Jacksonville. It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Spain, your World Cup champs, they got it done 1-0, and thrilling World Cup in the books. Soccer, the center of attention over the last month. Some will say we'll see in 4 years. Or will there be momentum that stays? New fans had, definitely. I mean, definitely soccer found some new fans in the United States. I think that will watch some of the other high-level soccer that goes on around the world. But Spain gets it done. I thought France was the best team from a very novice kind of look, overall, and I think Austen maybe thought from a talent on paper standpoint they were. But Spain obviously was a betting favorite going in right with France. I think they were slightly even ahead of France, and they played unbelievable the entire way. Defense was amazing. I think they allowed like 6 shots or something on goal in the tournament. I mean, Argentina hardly got a shot on goal. Meanwhile, the Argentina goalie was peppered. Pretty much the entire way. So as dominant as a 1-0 win in extra time can be in soccer, Austin.
No, without a doubt, and obviously I watched a lot of the game just because the Brewers game gave me nothing to watch for the first 8 innings. But, I wanted to see Messi win it again. I thought that would have been cool for the sport, cool for his brand and everything. But the best team did win. And, a part of me thought watching that game yesterday where, because when Argentina got the red card and everything, and it was a red. I mean, it was a yellow. It turned into a red, obviously, but deserved. The guy, it was straight out of an Any Given Sunday, slow motion hit. The guy does a flip and then lands on his back. So that was the right call. But I felt like if that game would have gone to penalty kicks and somehow Argentina finds a way to win, I felt like it would have cheapened the entire World Cup. Because Spain, if you watch the game, was by far the better team. They had all the chances, they had all the possession and everything. And if Argentina would have somehow found a way to take the penalty kicks and win it, to me, it would have cheapened it a little bit. So I was kind of happy to see Spain score an extra time and everything. Spain hoist the World Cup. I mean, they won the Euros. They had all the momentum. Now, I didn't think that momentum was going to carry on for an extra 2 years and everything, but it did. And they were by far the better team than Argentina. The better team won. I think it's wild that we're talking about the entire World Cup run. Spain only gave up 1 goal the entire time. And that's really kind of the great thing I feel like about soccer sometimes is Argentina relied on its star power and its striking and its scoring. Spain relied on playing together as a team, and sometimes Spain's stars didn't have to show up, right? Because they played together as a team, and that was a team winning World Cup. So you can't really be mad at it.
Hey, World Cup coverage and breakdown presented by Sneakers in Jax Beach. Hamby's place to go, right? In Jax Beach to watch all the World Cup games. But don't stop now. You got the NFL college football right around the corner. Obviously, Major League Baseball races heating up. Plenty of TVs at Sneakers in Jax Beach. Make sure you check them out. World Cup was an amazing event. I mean, it was everything that it's built up to be. I don't know if it could have gone better. There were no... I mean, were there any major issues with the World Cup? Did I miss them? Obviously, when you put on this kind of event in the United States or anywhere, you hope for safety first. And it seems like the safety and no catastrophe, thank goodness. And with all these people, over 7 million people attending games, events on the entire continent, So I whatever they did to put all that in place, however much it cost, it worked. Like that part worked. And so kudos for that, because that's what you definitely don't want. Let's be honest, at this day and age, we think about that in big events, from Olympics to Super Bowls to the World Cup. I just don't know. Yeah, Glenn says air quality. Yeah, because of the wildfires, and I don't know how much that was a factor yesterday. I know there was some concern, but I didn't really feel like people were complaining about it during the game, or if it factored into the match in the finals. But I just feel like this thing went pretty smooth overall, Austin.
Yeah, I mean, the things that'll never get talked about was like the countries that had visa issues at the last second, and thankfully, like, that helped me out because I got cheap tickets because people couldn't get into the country. But there was definitely some countries that had visa issues, and I don't even know what goes into that. I don't know if that's like a World Cup thing where no matter where you're playing, if sometimes you have problems getting in and getting your visa approved, but like there is an underlining thing with that, but it'll never really I feel like, make like the headline simply because everything did go so great. But there was probably some people out there that invested a lot of money and resources to try to get to the World Cup that at the last second found out that they couldn't go to the World Cup. But besides that, I didn't really hear anything negative.
I would love to know, and maybe there's a story out there on this, and I just haven't looked it up. I'm just saying this in real time. I'd love to know a person that came over from, let's just say, Spain, right, and followed their team from last June to whenever. Now, they thought they were probably in the mix. Maybe they wait through the group stage. I don't know. But there's got to be somebody or some people that just came to the United States for a month. And I would love to know, not Freddie necessarily, but how much they paid and how much this trip cost.
That'd be fascinating.
Because I'd just be fascinated by it. I mean, it's an unbelievable event to invest in. And in hindsight, it's like, oh, that was worth it. Like, that was pretty cool. Like, that was awesome. But I don't know if I would have. We can all plan to try to go to the Olympics even in 2028, go for a couple of days. But nobody's planning to go to the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And I would imagine there are some soccer fans and big-time soccer fans that did that and took this opportunity to really explore the United States as well. But I would really like to know how much they spent, because that has to be one hell of an investment.
Well, especially because I feel like the U.S. is a little more expensive than some European countries as well. So because me and my friends are talking about we're gonna make a trip in 4 years to the next World Cup when it's in what, Portugal, there's three Spain, Portugal, and some other country. Yep. So we're talking about maybe making a trip to that. So yeah, man, it's a different way of life. They don't call it vacation, they call it holiday, especially in Europe and everything.
Oh, Morocco is the third country.
Oh, Morocco, okay. So I forgot, because one of my friends was trying to plan it out. He's like, yeah, depending where, the games are going to be at, some obviously cities are a lot more inexpensive than others. So we'll see how that works. We have 4 years to plan it, so we'll see. But yeah, it is really interesting, though, in terms of how we perceive our vacation time. Like, we get a couple weeks here, and that's it. But in other countries, you can take a holiday and take a month off, and your company's not going to scoff at that and be like, oh, you're not going to have a job when you come back.
That is true. It's not as outlandish to do that. To your point, who did I just run into recently? Who the heck was it? They've already booked stuff. Oh, it was my buddy Pat. That's right. Him and his wife, and I wasn't even thinking of this, but they already booked stuff for the 28 Olympics to go.
Which is where?
which is in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
And so they booked, like, their daughter's a swimmer, and so they booked swimming. And he was telling me a little bit about it. Like, it's not even on my radar to go to the Olympics, like, as a fan. I didn't even think about it. But I was like, oh, shoot, that's kind of cool. It was actually, all right, let's just take us. Like, we like softball. Softball's actually being done, I think, in Oklahoma City. So you could actually go to the Olympics in Oklahoma City for the softball part. Now, you're missing the whole L.A. part of things, but I'm not sure I would really miss that with that many people involved and everything that goes into it. But he was just telling me, he said the swimming is, like, I mean, we are talking for qualifying swimming, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for tickets.
No.
I'm all set. There's no way.
Yes.
No, man.
That's bad. Because, like, okay, it's one thing if you go to a soccer game and it's like, hour 30, 2 hours, experience, everyone celebrating, dancing, cool. I'll drop some coin on that. How long does a swimming thing take?
Yeah, well, it goes in sessions. So it's like,
Sure.
it's probably even a little bit longer than soccer, to be honest. Like, you could have like a 4-hour session. But then the finals, like, so you don't even see the medals, though. Is that, like, you could get in for thousands and thousands and you don't even see the medals. Now, if you go to the finals, which is shorter, well, that's even higher. They said the tickets were insane.
Okay, I'm looking. July 24th, 2028, semifinal and final swimming individual medley, Los Angeles 2028.
Also, can we be honest? Can you really see a lot of swim meet? Honestly, they're underwater.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Well, that's true, but yeah, I mean,
what are you gonna see them jump in and then get out and be like, "Yeah, I won." Cool. Here's $5,000. Sick.
It's crazy. They probably don't even have the price up there, Hamby, because you got to get in queue. Like it was basically like trying to buy tickets to a concert. Like it opened up on whatever time, and then here's what we got left. And
okay, for the prelims, there is a price. It's $900, and it's for the furthest seat.
For the furthest. Okay,
hey,
that's for the prelims.
The world.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think it's crazier to go to that than go to a Taylor Swift, Eras concert.
Yeah. Now, what they're doing is kind of like they're trying to get to all 50 states with their daughter before she graduates high school. And so this is part of like the California thing. No, she's not homeschooled. No, but they're working on it. Like they're going in August to like they're hitting 4 states, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska or something like that, right?
Nice.
So, but yeah, so I didn't even think about that, though. I didn't even think about going to the Olympics. Like that'd be kind of cool to like go as a fan. And this is the opportunity. The Olympics always seem so far and out of reach. It wasn't even on my radar. I couldn't believe when he told me. I was like, oh, my gosh, I didn't even think of that. That was really kind of good thinking to get ahead. I wouldn't pay that much. But
this could be a dumb question. Is soccer at the Olympics?
Soccer in the Summer Olympics. It would be. Is
but
soccer an Olympic sport?
Isn't it?
I have no idea.
I could have swore the women play.
Soccer will be an official event in the 2028 LA Olympics.
Oh, there we go.
But
where's that going to be?
Group and quarterfinal matches will be played across 6 cities: New York, Columbus, Nashville, St. Louis, San Jose, and San Diego. Finals will be held at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
But that's going to be like who we just saw, right? Or not? Like it's not like 20U or something, right?
William says it's a U23 tournament.
Yeah, okay. See? Okay.
Well, Lamine Yamal can be in it.
Yeah, Spain's going to dominate.
Yeah, they got the youngest guys, right? Mr. Hugo says, I'm a big softball fan. Never go watch at the Olympics. It'd be like watching Texas play a junior high team. I get what you're saying. The United States dominates in softball. I think Japan's caught up a little bit, but I get what you're saying. But just to say you went to the Olympics, I mean, here's your opportunity. I mean, I don't know how many.
What's the cheapest sport do we think at the Olympics?
Oof, good one. There's so many in the Summer Olympics, like fencing, right? I bet there's a bigger fencing community than you think, though, right?
Well,
or that I think.
And that's like a rich person sport. Like, come on, like.
Oh, is it?
Right. You think people in like bad neighborhoods are fencing? Well, honestly, like I feel like fencing is like a private school, like Oxford, like Harry Potter kind of thing.
It's got a little crew kind of thing to it.
There's no one in the inner cities that are like, hey, let me go fence.
Yeah, well, to be honest, but just kids. couldn't make it.
Okay, this says
like something else. But I have no idea. Like I really don't. Sorry, fencing community. I'm not trying to put it down, but I have zero knowledge of fencing other than.
But
they wear what they wear.
Okay, let's play the game though. Like what is Tammy? Do you have the list?
I have three options for you that
okay. Let me
say that they're
let me guess.
28 bucks for a base ticket.
At the Olympics. Cheapest
28 bucks.
28 is the base price.
This is for like a prelim.
Early round seats at these three.
Marathon.
No.
Oh,
like
there'd be
speed running, like something with like a long distance running kind of thing.
Nope.
Flag football? No.
Nope.
No, Hamby. It's nothing to do with running. Like
no
marathon or like speed walking. Okay.
There's way too many people that run, man. Like I wouldn't. There's way too many people that run.
Yeah, but you think like, what? You're gonna go watch a marathon? Like, there's not a lot to see. They're gonna run by you once, and you're kind of screwed. Huh?
Squash.
Squash?
No.
No, I think squash is expensive.
Who the hell is watching squash?
But squash is like it's a confined area, so tickets gotta be hard to come by.
Archery.
Nope.
Oh well, I didn't pronounce it right. I didn't pronounce it right then. I
see you. That was amazing.
Unfortunately incorrect.
Yeah, because that's like a kind of you kind of vision wealthier people doing that too. So I would imagine that drives the ticket prices up. Golly, man.
Breakdancing's not in there this year.
Judo.
No.
Table tennis.
No,
because I'd want to see table tennis.
Table tennis is
a hell of a draw.
Yesterday, of somebody playing. It was a recent tournament, some kind. I don't know where or when. There was an electric crowd.
Oh, I bet.
Amazing.
Oh, I would. I want to see it. Like I would be in that crowd. Badminton.
Yeah. Oh, good one.
I tell you what, that's another.
Okay.
That's another one that's underrated, man. You watch people play high level badminton; it's kind of fun. I miss playing badminton.
I disagree, Brent.
Did you play badminton in gym class, Austin?
Yeah.
Man, I loved it. I'm not gonna lie; I thought I was pretty good too.
The problem with badminton is like it doesn't matter like how strong. Like it's not gonna fly as fast as you want it to. Like aesthetically, I feel like it's just not a fun sport to watch.
Yeah, fair enough. Gosh, I haven't played badminton forever. I haven't even seen badminton. All these crazy channels. Have you seen badminton played at a high level? Like I've seen table tennis. It's amazing. But I don't know if I've ever seen a badminton, even in the Olympics. I don't think I've flipped it on. Maybe I have come across it, but
I've only seen it like at the Olympics, yeah. What about wrestling?
No, sir.
You said there are three of them?
That's correct.
What's a sport that I would not want to watch? Oh, like what about like indoor cycling, like the racing?
Nope.
No.
All right, I'm just gonna give it to you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Field hockey.
Blow the whistle all the time. I once did a field hockey story, and the whole story was like the whistle blowing. It was like because the whistle blows all the time in field hockey. That's what I remember. That's a northern thing. People love field hockey if you play it.
Nope.
Oh, water polo is awesome, man. I wish we had water polo as a sport.
What can you see in water polo?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. It's awesome. I don't know. Volleyball was the other one.
Really?
Oh,
volleyball?
See, I disagree with that. Wait, is it like the indoor volleyball or beach volleyball?
Doesn't say.
Both?
I disagree with that.
I mean, that stuns me that volleyball is a cheap ticket. One of the low three-tip tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's
Brent,
crazy.
You think it'd be beach volleyball?
I think it would be indoor. I think people are going to the beach.
Yeah, but like I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like volleyball's so big in like Argentina and Brazil and like
volleyball's big here.
What's what I'm saying?
I mean,
but like I feel like beach volleyball, it's like you see one session or whatever. Like I don't really care about these two people playing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that surprises me. I would not have guessed. It's a more expensive ticket to go watch archery than it is volleyball.
That's
like,
crazy.
That's insane. That doesn't say much for volleyball.
No,
I would have expected better. So anyway, we gotta maybe talk a little more about that. We gotta maybe craft where can we go. Because it's all over the place. It's not just in L.A., like I said. I mean, there's stuff like all over the country, I think, in some of these sports. And
yeah, Hamby, QC, is there anything in Florida? Like Olympic events in Florida? I mean, I would do it myself, but I don't have a computer right now.
We're going to hear him doing it. We know he's working.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard the ring drop once yet.
There are no Olympic events scheduled in Florida.
All right. One last thing on this. What would you want to watch that would be like not basketball, baseball, right? Any of the main sports. So any of the aquatics.
Wait, but this says the road to the Olympic Games will run through Orlando. Oh, yeah. They got qualifying events in Orlando. Beach volleyball, skateboarding, flag football, and climbing will be in Orlando at the very beginning of June of 2028 for people trying to qualify for the Summer Olympics.
I think it just got released last week.
June 8th through June 11th of 2028.
Oh, dude, I'm there. For skateboarding, come on. I'm going to that. Absolutely. Right. I'll see you guys there. What was the question again, Brent? Sorry, I got all distracted with skateboarding.
Yeah, so we go quad. You got to pick a sport to go to. That's a little out of the norm. Archery, badminton, breaking, canoe, cricket.
That's gone now.
Is breaking gone?
Did away with that. Yeah.
What? It doesn't say. It says it will be in the 2028 games.
Breakdancing, I believe, is not in the Olympics. I'm pretty sure they outlawed it.
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
maybe this thing might be wrong. Canoe, cricket, cycling, equestrian, fencing, handball, judo, lacrosse. Well, I'd say that's more mainstream. Modern pentathlon, rowing, rugby, sailing, shooting, skateboarding. You would say so. You can't say that one. Sport climbing, squash, surfing, table tennis, taekwondo, or weightlifting.
So which one would I want to go to that's out of the ordinary?
Yeah. Anything you're like, oh, I want to go to that.
Oh, I mean, you said a bunch of them, but like I would go to surfing. I mean, I've been to surfing events. So like one that would be like uncharacteristic. Hamby, feel free to go first.
I think it would be table tennis for me, honestly. Like,
that would be up there.
I think watching ping pong, and I don't understand why we have to call it table tennis. Ping pong's way better.
Mm-hmm.
But table
tennis is more official, I guess.
Yeah, but I think that would be unbelievable to see.
I would
in
go
person.
to that.
I mean, the videos alone are really cool, but I think it would be crazy to see it. Just how good those guys, the hand-eye on those guys is insane.
It's ridiculous.
Because again, I think I'm pretty good. Like, we think we can play ping pong a little bit. We grew up playing it, and we're not even close. Right? Not even close. Say it again. Sorry.
I said I think I would do fencing.
It would be fascinating to see it like what's the draw almost, right? Like what?
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like it's a great TV event. It's probably way better in person.
Well, Hamby and I broke it down. They're going to add like a lightsaber thing this year, I guess, for the Olympics. Well, not this year, but when the Olympics happens, where they're going to have like it's like a green glowing light and a red glowing light, so you can kind of follow the saber better and everything. Looks really cool.
Okay, I like it. Maybe let's go find it. You guys are right, by the way. Breakdancing will not be part of the Olympics in 2028, so that website must not have crossed it off. That was short-lived. Would you change any? You're a big soccer fan. Would you change any of the rules? We got a couple suggestions. I got a little bit of that and a lot more still to get to here on the show. Brent and Austen on a Monday, a week away from football season really heating up. SEC Media Days are underway. Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner, has talked a bunch this morning already.
We can't even have SEC Media Days without Michigan having breaking news.
Oh, do they have some? All right. Hamby will catch us up to date on the college football world also before we get out of here at noon here on a Monday.
When we say the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is everywhere, we mean it. If you don't want to see our ugly faces and you just want to hear our takes, listen to the podcast. It's up 30 minutes after every live show. Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Google Play. It's really that simple. Just pull out your phone. I'm on Spotify, Action Sports Jacks. Every episode is right there, split into hour chunks, so you get exactly what you're looking for.
I think it would be a better chance that Branson Combs wins the weak side linebacker spot than Wyatt Milam wins the right guard spot. And that's more because Patrick McCarry has done more in the league.
Stupid take.
He's more.
Maybe you only have 15 minutes before the kids come home. You don't have time to listen to the full show. You're craving Jags content. The YouTube page is for you. We have a separate playlist called Brent and Austen Show Segments. It's Jags-only conversations right there every day. Subscribe. Don't miss any Jags content. Action Sports Jacks.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily access Action News Jacks Now using your Roku device. First, launch Roku. Next, use the menu list to scroll down to the search feature. Then, use the remote to enter Action News Jacks into the search bar, and then click Action News Jacks thumbnail. Once you see this screen, go ahead and select Add App. Wait a few seconds for it to install. Once it finishes installing, press the star button on your remote and click on Move App or Move App to the top. Finally, select the app back on your home screen to open it. Now you can watch all the great content on Action News Jacks Now. Live daily breaking news.
We have breaking news happening right now in Clay County.
First alert weather and traffic.
Looks like we have a tornado warning. Let's take a look at that.
Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
We've got the Brent and Austen Show daily, live sporting events, and long-form interviews you can't see anywhere else.
And shows like Law and Crime and much more. And that's how you access Action News Jacks Now using your Roku device.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is your home for high school football in the 904. Get ready for each week of action Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock with the Blitz Breakdown, talking everything high school football in the Jacksonville area. And when the lights get bright on Friday night, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is there with live broadcasts of our game of the week and the Friday night Zone Blitz, giving you live looks into the biggest games in the area and coverage lasting until midnight. Here's the kick, the snap, the hold, the kick is blocked!
And they're going for the end zone, and they got a guy! Touchdown! And what?
Find these broadcasts available on YouTube, X, Facebook, and of course, ActionSportsJacks.com. And the action doesn't stop there. Find even more high school football on the Action Sports Jacks social channels with content posted throughout the week. When you're looking for the best high school football coverage in the 904, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is ready for the Blitz.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
SEC Media Days in Tampa. They have SEC kickoff going on right now. Tomorrow, Georgia takes the podium. Wednesday, it'll be Florida. We'll spend a little more time tomorrow and Wednesday talking about the SEC, specifically those two programs. Hamby loves the Georgia Bulldogs. Florida, we've already taken a couple of trips to Gainesville this summer to talk to Tramel Jones, fight for that quarterback spot. Quarterbacks are not there this week in Tampa for Florida. And then, of course, we sat down with John Summerall and Dave Caldwell. You can find those conversations on our YouTube page. Just subscribe to Action Sports Jacks. I did want to mention a couple of things coming out of the media day. Welcome you back to the Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. Brent Martineau and Austen Lane on the road in Wisconsin. Is the audio down? Video, audio, hell. What does that mean?
I think that means you need one refresh of your YouTube and it'll be just back to normal.
Huh. Yeah, we don't think we're having some issues on this end, but keep us up to date, chat, if you will. Video, audio, hell. Was that during the break?
I don't know.
Or prior to?
Let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. Give us an update. The SEC Media Days. I actually, Greg Sankey, the commissioner, is saying a lot of different things. And this quote I bookmarked from this morning. He said, "Our responsibility is not simply to celebrate victories and championships. Our responsibility is to provide the leadership needed to preserve the values, opportunities, and competitive integrity that have made college athletics so meaningful for generations." With all due respect to Greg Sankey.
I don't even know what that really means. You have to say it again.
Let's not try to preserve the wholesomeness of college sports, okay? Like, that ship has long sailed. Meanwhile, like, the tweet before was how well this did in television and media and everything else. It's like, okay, that's the real tweet. Like, I get trying to do the right thing and what the whole thing means, but we are far removed from providing the leadership needed to preserve the values, opportunities, and competitive integrity of college sports. It just, and I don't know if we're getting back to that. It's good to try and want, but I'm not sure we're getting back to that. So I thought that was pretty interesting as the SEC and college sports tries to gather itself, in whatever this is. But the bottom line is, Austin, it was a successful year on the football field once again. And I think this year will be the same. Sankey and company still a little unsure about the 24-team playoff that they could potentially go to. So no new news there when it comes to college football. I guess what I'm curious about when I see all this stuff that comes out in the weeds of college football, it reminds me a little bit of the weeds of golf, whether Live Golf, PGA Tour. There's a bunch of changes going on the PGA Tour. And I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm like, tell me when we get there. Just tell me what's changed. Like, the minutia to get there is so legalese and, deep diving. I'm really just looking for some surface level stuff and how it impacts me watching games, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I could care less. It's just like when college football teams announce, like, hey, in 10 years from now, we're going to be playing this series against this other team. Like, all right, well, let me get there first. Let me make sure I'm still alive for that, and then I'll celebrate it when it happens. Like, I feel the same way when it comes to rules and everything. Like, you're going to change them? Cool. Wake me up when you change them. If not, then I'll let you guys go back and forth at press conferences and social media and all this stuff. But, like, I could care less, honestly.
Hamby, you're the college football fan. How much do you care about all that on the periphery?
I used to care about it a lot more. I was in the weeds heavy for a while, and then I kind of gave up. I'm kind of just waiting for the season to start. And then I still know everything that's happened, but, like, recruiting means nothing to me anymore. And I think we've talked about that. Like, signing day used to be one of my favorite days of the year. Like, in high school, like, I'd literally go to the bathroom for 20 minutes in every class just so I could be on my phone just to see if Georgia got a new recruit. Like, it was awesome. I could not care any less right now.
That's interesting.
And that's
with a good program, by the way, because I talked to some Florida State fans over the weekend, and they're like, I can't even name the people on the roster. Well, that's because, in a way, because they stink. That's because the momentum is not there. Like, nobody's talking about FSU, and they're coming off bad. But you're saying that coming off, obviously a great run by Georgia.
Yeah. So, a lot of it's like, just let me know the most important stuff when we get there. And I get that. But yeah, as far as today, you only have one newcomer talking today, which is Will Stein. That's your guy, former Austin OC at Oregon, who's taken over Kentucky. They got a nice transfer quarterback from Notre Dame. So they think they maybe can surprise a couple people with their offense. Drinkwitz will talk shortly from Missouri. He's always a good soundbite, so we'll see if he has anything to say. Venables from Oklahoma, and then Heupel at Tennessee. I think obviously the main story of this whole media days, outside of obviously everybody's going to be locked into their individual coach, it's still Lane. Like, what's Lane going to say Thursday? And it's kind of funny that they're saving him for Thursday to kind of be the finale guy. They don't want to trot him in there on the first day, and then everybody kind of, he overshadows. So if he drops a soundbite today and he talks today, that's going to overshadow the rest of the week. So they got to save him till last, which is interesting to me. So we'll see if there's any shots at Ole Miss. I think it's probably the thing that people are most curious about.
Yeah, that Ole Miss LSU back and forth will be interesting to see because give me the guy at Ole Miss, PC. Yeah, like he hasn't been shy either.
Yeah.
So like I know he's not as like a big a name, obviously, as Kiffin, and Kiffin steal all the headlines and stuff like that. But he just says it how it is.
Yeah.
So I think you could see this back and forth with Ole Miss. I mean, the story. Everybody hates LSU, right?
No doubt. Mm-hmm. Everybody hates it.
Like more than like it's the Alabama of the last whatever.
Even though they haven't won.
Well, I get it, but I'm just saying they've taken that on.
I would say Michigan is also right there from a national aspect.
What did they just announce?
Well, Ward Manuel's going to step down at the end of the year. Which AD, who is just instead of a master class, it's been a disaster class of how to handle things.
Yeah.
The last with obviously Sharon Moore and all that stuff, but why he's stepping down at the end of the calendar year? They just got the results of kind of their own internal investigation, and I guess that's why he's leaving. But then why are you allowing him to stay for 4 or 5 more months and kind of act as an advisor for the next person to come in?
Probably something to do with money, although they usually don't care about money.
Yeah, so that's that for Michigan. So.
Yeah, here's the difference between like Michigan and LSU. LSU, you kind of think they can they can like be a national championship power all the time. I'm not sure I feel like Michigan, a little bit of lightning in a bottle, the Harbaugh stuff and everything else. And I know Michigan's a proud program. Just saying Michigan looks so lost right now that I don't think people are really concerned about them being like beating Ohio State or being the best in the Big Ten the way the Big Ten is right now. So it just feels like they're about to go quiet for the next decade. You follow the Big Ten, Austin. Like, do you think Michigan's going to bounce back anytime soon for this? Feels like a little bit like Michigan State has been. Michigan State had all those really good years with Mark D'Antonio, and they were right in the conversation, and then they hit like all these problems. And in football, they're really a nothing burger now, right? And I think Michigan feels like they might be headed down that road for the next, 5-10 years.
Yeah, I think the difference with Michigan, though, is that they're still the name, and they're still going to get recruits. Like, they got the best running back, whatever, in the country, I feel like. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But, like, they're starting to get recruits. But, hey, Michigan's starting to be a basketball school now, even though Dusty May's gone. Like, they're still being able to get guys into the transfer portal and retain guys. So, they might be shifting towards a basketball school. But, like, in all seriousness, like, I think they'll be competitive, but it's going to be hard to compete with, like, an Ohio State.
I think they'll be good this year.
I mean, you would think
they're not going to be.
like,
I would be surprised if they make the playoff.
You wouldn't?
Yeah,
I would not be surprised.
Quarterback's coming back. They got some weapons. Like,
yeah, I think Bryce Underwood's legit. I don't think they're gonna. I think they could be like the 10th best team in the country.
He's got to take a step forward, though. Underwood, like,
no doubt.
Yeah,
but
because I think like this is just living with a Michigan fan, but like, I think there's expectations like he was going to come in and like take the league by storm right away, and like. That necessarily didn't happen, and like there's growing pains. Like, listen, you're a quarterback; it's a hard position to play. But I think like people are still hot on Bryce Underwood, but they're also a little surprised like he didn't come in right away and was like the difference maker. Even though I feel like that's kind of an unfair expectation on a young quarterback.
Well, that goes with wasn't he like $5 million a year or something like that? Something crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that comes with the territory, right? Hey, you're going to make a splash, and we have seen young guys come in and make a splash right away. So there's evidence of it happening.
Real quick,
in the past.
Part of that is just is because there's no the middle of the pack in college, like it's easy to be on the fringe of the playoff. It's easy to be the 15th best team in the country. And I get that let me just put it this way. Like, as of right now, Florida's in the top 25. And I get preseason rankings mean absolutely zilch, and they always, but like, you only got to be like 9-4, 8-5 to be in the top 25. Like, there's no meat in college football right now. Teams 15 through 20 are not great. You know what I mean? Like, as of right now, that's like your Penn States, your Tennessees, your Utahs, your Iowas, your Louisvilles. It's easy to be amongst those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to be in the playoff. Well, it's much easier now than ever, obviously. But to be the 17th best team in the country, it's not that hard.
Not hard.
Not that hard.
Which is, I feel like that's been a little bit of college football anyway.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
So, let me ask you guys this. Do you think Indiana will be good again?
No doubt. No doubt.
Yep. Yeah, that's what my buddy from Indiana says the same thing. Yeah,
I'd be shocked if they didn't make the playoff.
That's wild. How important is it this year for them to do that? Like that, if they do that, now you're established, right? They had a good year 3 years ago now. Obviously, then to set the table for last year's run, and now to follow it up, losing Mendoza and everybody else. Like, what's the importance, I guess, for the future of their program to win right now, Austen?
Well, I mean, obviously you come up in national championships, so expectations go up a little bit. But I think if you have success this season, then it goes to show you that, hey, you have arguably the best coach in college football, right? Like, it's the Nick Saban effect. Like, I think Indiana's goal now is to get to the point where, recruiting classes coming in, coming out, whatever. But like, we have the best coach, so like, we're gonna always be there in the conversation just because like of the culture shift. And it's wild that you can have Indiana in that vein and in that realm, because I feel like those conversations have always been ruled by an Ohio State or an SEC team. And to see like a smaller football school in Indiana now, like being mentioned in that same vein is wild to me. But like, that's what it's got to be now. Like, if you're trying to build a program and build a culture, you have to go win year in, year out, because you want to show that you have the coach to do it.
This will show you how little I locked in I am to recruiting as I've probably ever been. But I just saw the headline a couple of days ago that I think it was the number 1 overall receiver in 2028 committed to Indiana. And I only saw that because it was, I think the guy did it live on the Pat McAfee show, which otherwise I would have never seen it. But I mean, you're getting number 1 overall guys at their position based off of last year, which is obvious. But like, they're going to be set up for a couple of years. Like, there's no way that this is a one-hit wonder in the fact of maybe it is for a championship, but they're going to be in the playoff for years to come. There's no doubt.
I mean, it doesn't feel like a Texas Tech where they just bought it and then like, okay, hopefully you can reload and
right.
Like, no, this seems like a culture building regime that is probably going to be. I mean, as long as your coach is around, they're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah. All right. Let's end with this on the college football front. Hamby, who's the team to beat in the SEC?
Texas.
It is Texas?
It's Texas and then Georgia.
It's kind of quiet. He's quietly, like, I know it's not quiet if you're, like, every day in the college football world, but it still seems like because of Lane or Georgia or, I guess, around here because of Florida, and heck, Ole Miss has been a factor. I think there's more curiosity. Is Tennessee, like, going to ever arrive and stay? But he's quietly done a hell of a job at Texas, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, but it's also like, there was – a lot of people thought they had the roster to win with Ewers in his last year.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. And then some people were very disappointed in the first half. I would argue that he's going to prove everybody wrong this year.
So you think he'll be good?
I think he'll be absolutely unbelievable. Like, go ahead and pencil the Heisman in.
Wow.
And I mean, the fact that, he struggled for a few games last year at the start of the season really just shows you how some people just have zero concept of ball, how the guy could just how in the world can Arch Manning struggle in his first couple of games? He's like, he didn't played. He literally went from, and I've said it before, he went through facing like 2A Christian schools in Tennessee and running laps around them to facing SEC schools, and oh my gosh, he threw 3 picks in a game. How could he? I thought this was like, give me a freaking break. So anyway, it's it's national championship or bust for Texas this year.
Yeah, it certainly feels like he's got to get one sooner or later. Hey, back to soccer before I forget it. I mentioned this earlier in the show. Like, now that we've been exposed to soccer, whether it's once every 4 years for the first time in this kind of way, would you change anything? And Austen, I'm interested here because you like the sport, and I feel like you like the sport the way it is and appreciate it probably more than most of us. But the reason I bring it up is you just get a lot of casual fans that might complain about it. Maybe it's the pace, maybe it's the lack of scoring, the typical things, flopping, any of it. But I also think they could feel the excitement, right? The event, the why people really enjoy it too. And I said this early on. I think the style of play, where it was way more attacking, way more opportunity than it felt like soccer that I had watched was good because it created just some entertainment value, even if some of the goals got off the board. So, for example, I think one of the big criticisms that I've heard, and I think that's already been out there on social media a bunch over the last month, is the offside. And not should there be offsides or not, but I think you can make it like the hockey rule, where if any part of your body is onside, then you're free to go. Mm-hmm. Would the world accept that? Do people? Is that as big of a topic around the globe as it is over the last month?
I mean, I think the world would accept it, because like it's coming down now to like a hand or a shoulder. If you watch, the last game, but like, once again, it's a little more drama when they don't get that second goal for Spain. Yeah, I mean, I think the world would be on board with that, right? I don't get why it would be opposed because to me, it's a lot more action. It's a lot more tactical offense, what you want to see. Like, you don't want to see whistles getting blown, goals taken away, and everything, flags going up. Like, I think people want to see a more consistent flow of the game, and I think that would provide it.
Hamby, you like that one? Your thumbs up on it.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. If any part of you is onside, you're in the clear. And I have no idea if this is true or not, but I would assume that obviously the VAR is pretty brand new, right? So if we're just going off of the eye test of the official, I would assume that for the history of the game, there were a lot less onside calls because, if I'm just looking straight down the line, that's a lot less, exact than, he had 3 fingers over. We got to call it back. If it's split second, then I would assume they allowed a lot more.
Yeah.
So if you
they might have, but it's not like there's been a lot of scoring in soccer in the history of the sport. There seemed like there was a decent amount of scoring in this, like a good amount of scoring for soccer, but also a lot that got taken back. And that would prevent a little bit of that. And also let athleticism and kind of this one-on-one opportunity, your stars maybe in the open field, play a little bit. I actually heard that one, Austen, yesterday from someone. I thought it was interesting. They said it should be like you should be allowed to set picks to create space for your best players, like basketball.
Yeah, no, but then you're gonna have too much flopping, I feel like.
Yeah, well, that's true. We'd create more of that. How about this one mentioned yesterday? It's like basketball again, where you can't kick the ball to the back court, meaning the other half of the field.
I don't mind that.
You don't mind it resetting?
No, because then how I'm gonna get all those goals if they can't do that? No, I'm all for that, man. Like I think there's a little. I mean, it can slow the game down. I get that point, but I understand like trying to set things up as well. So like I think from a tactical standpoint, I get maybe it's more aesthetically pleasing, but I think there's a lot that goes into it tactically that you don't want to take away from that.
I almost wish you could make the rule no back-to-back backwards passes. You get one, but the next one's got to go forward.
Yeah, you can't kick it to the goalie next.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you're at midfield, you can't kick it to your center whatever back, and then if you do, he's got to either kick it straight, like equal to somebody to the side, or forward. He can't kick it to the goalie.
That'd be interesting. I know Ty mentioned this to me like early on. He says he thinks you should take like 2 people off the field, open it up, whether 11 on 11, make it 9 on 9. But I think with that, or maybe not that. I think the easy one is the substitutions. Why can't you give your best players a rest for a bit and then get them back in? Do you like? Would that change like the integrity of the sport Austin, to do that? The strategy of the sport?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think like a big part of it is knowing when to go and when to hold up a little bit. Like to me, that's what kind of makes it the beautiful game a little bit is, if you're a very offensive driven team and you always have possession, the team on their back foot's going to get a lot more tired. So like from a tactical standpoint, like you want to have possession in soccer. So, I mean, I get the upside of it where you can sub in guys who are fresher, can run around faster and everything. But like to me, then you take away some of the tactics. So like I honestly, I probably wouldn't be for that one.
Here's mine.
Okay, you got one?
3 yellows equal a red. I want to see more fouls, hard fouls. And so if a guy is not going to be concerned, if he's on a yellow, he's going to go in there like a wimp, other than the dude yesterday. I like that. The Enzo dude who got the red. He just threw caution to the wind. I want more of that. More hard fouls. If you're on a yellow, who cares? You can still go in hard because you got 2 more to play with. It's like 3 strikes, you're out. Once you get 3, then you're out of the ball game.
All right, you want mine? I got 3 of them.
Wow. All right. Cool.
Oh no! I like you. There's like a dramatic pause. What do you want me to say? Like,
I just.
But we defer.
My idea suck or not?
No, we defer to you to see if that would fly with the rest of the world. That's basically what I think we're doing.
I was waiting to see, like, was he going to go say the second one, or what are we doing?
That's my biggest one.
Well, so
I don't mind.
Okay, so 3. I have something along those lines, but it's different, and it's like what everyone's talking about.
Go ahead.
I'll just interject my first one. So everyone's saying there should be an orange card, where if it's like if a player gets taken to the ground, but it's not malicious intentional, then you throw up an orange card. Orange card means it's like hockey where you have to go to the box for like 15 minutes and you come back on the field. Like I think that would clear a lot of things up, and that's what they've been campaigning for. Like I don't know if they're going to go for it or not, but like I am in favor of an orange card because I think too many times where you see a red card happen in the U.S. where it's like, yeah, okay, he got his heel and everything, but like, did he intend to really hurt the player? No. So then go ahead and put the player in the box for 15 minutes, let him go down, one man, and then that kind of puts it on the opposing team to be like, hey, we have 15 minutes to try to have more of an offensive threat. Let's try to get a goal. Like I think there's some tactical gamesmanship there. So I am all in favor of an orange card.
Yeah, and you obviously are saying that's part of the conversation in the world of soccer. That happens. And that makes a lot of sense. Basically go to the sin bin for a bit, but also come back. I think that would also take a little bit of the pressure off the actual officiating to determine whether it's a red card or not. You could at least have that option where it feels like the team's getting penalized. I mean, it is pretty odd in a sport where you lose a player for an entire time. That is an odd thing. So I like that discussion. I didn't realize that was such a big discussion going on around the world in soccer, but I like that. It feels like that and offsides are a pretty big discussion in the world of soccer right now.
Go ahead, Hamby.
Oh, and then so mine would be the offsides, 3 yellows, and then golden goal. Bring it back.
Oh, you like it?
That was
you
mine.
Score game.
Yeah, that was mine as well. I think going the extra time and like having to see through the extra time, and then it can go to penalty kicks after that. Like I don't think the game should end on penalty kicks. Like I don't think it's right. I think it encourages a team that maybe is not as skilled to play a lot more defense and play tentative, and then you hope that it goes to over, to extra kicks or penalty kicks or whatever. I would much rather see the first team to score wins the game.
Yeah, that's it's funny. I don't know who does it and who doesn't do it, but obviously every time in the World Cup, there's enough that do it because in the World Cup, they would say no golden goal. Like they would educate you, right? They'd show that stat. I thought about this. I'm not really high on the horse on it, but I thought about this. What if, forget about extra time, you just go to penalty kicks because they're so damn dramatic and good, so you get more of them?
The soccer fans would hate that.
I would hate that. Yeah, because like then it's like saying, well, hey, in NBA Finals, let's just do a free throw contest instead.
Yeah, I get the nature of it. I just say like the most exciting thing. I thought the biggest drama of the World Cup, in my opinion, were the penalty kicks. So creating more of that, would it cheapen it? And I would think a lot of soccer fans, to your point, would say yeah, but it crossed my mind. What's your other one? Last one. You got another one? Yeah.
Hamby or me?
I'm done.
Oh, so my other two, VAR, use it for corner kicks as well as goal kicks. Like if you're gonna go all in with like who the ball touches, well then do it for the entire possibility of a game. So like for instance, if you get it wrong with it went off this player, it's a corner kick and it's not supposed to be a corner kick, then has somebody in the booth just really tell the ref in the earpiece, no, never mind, you got it wrong. It's actually a goal kick. Like don't go like this and say we got to review it to mess up the flow of the game. Just have somebody in your ear say you got it wrong, switch it up, and there it is.
I like it. I will say this. I appreciate in this World Cup the intensity of the officiating when they're describing things. I think some of that has to do with the international nature of it. And but I thought the intensity of the officials, man, they don't take anything. They look like they want to fight. They look like they could give them a red card.
Yeah.
All right, give us one more.
Well, that was, I talked about my three, but the other one that made honorable mention was if you flop, it has to be more of a penalty. Like, I get like that they're throwing yellow cards every once in a while for a giant flop, but like it has to, I don't know, like play it on like the scoreboard like a million times and like take a minute from the game and let everybody laugh at that guy for flopping so hard. Like that's the thing. Like if the guy flops hard and then he gets accused of flopping, the opposing team can gather around in a circle and bully that gentleman for a minute straight.
Well, you might have just put two in together. You could with that orange card, or do you get to a time where you go off for like almost a red card nature for 15 minutes, but for a flop you go off for 5 minutes or something that, right?
Yeah. Take him off for 5 minutes, and then when he goes off to the box, let people make fun of him because I can't. He has to be made fun of, like. He has to go on Twitter and search his name up when it happens and see the comments on it. Like there has to be some sort of repercussion for flopping so much.
I love it. Hey, this is the beauty of the World Cup is you've got some non-soccer fans, novice fans, whatever, talking about the game in this kind of way. But I do think it's interesting. Austin brings up the idea. I mean, they are. Do you think the orange card and the offside onside will change? Because there's so much discussion about it in that circle, not because of Brent, the novice, new soccer guy, came and suggested it.
I mean, see, I think for those things that take part, like something crazy has to happen in a World Cup where it's like, it screwed a team over, like in the final. It screwed a team over,
and that didn't happen.
And that didn't happen. And like to try to get an orange card, I'm trying to, like that's what's going to happen. It has to be like the USA thing. Without the president getting involved and like he has to sit out, the game or whatever. But like it has to be that like in a final or like a semifinal as well. Then I feel like you might get an orange card one.
Well, Austin, I actually think I can make the case that the orange card thing might have happened with the United States because with all that whole thing, you obviously did bring the politics into play, the FIFA into play, their credibility, their integrity, all these other things. So I don't know if that needed to take place in a final. I think it took place with the United States of all teams, and I wonder if that is enough to get it done, and the host country in this in this World Cup. So, I wonder if there was enough to do that. And again, there's some logic involved, but I also think it's a sport that many people are going to fuss about any kind of change in a sport like soccer that's been around for so long and done it a certain way. And I'm not sure they want the United States, the 30th best team in the world, to be the ones changing it.
Yeah, that's a point.
It doesn't. Maybe that part doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, I got to get to this. Do you see the Jake Paul, Tom Brady thing? Is it real? Like, what the hell's going on there?
Brad, yes, it's. Oh God,
I don't know. I want to know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I knew you'd love it. 342 for a mile. Did you see that, dude?
No.
You didn't see this.
Gout.
It was a gout.
Can't wait to talk about him one day.
It was one day. We will do it. We will continue with the Brent and Austin Show on the road up in Wisconsin for Austen Lane, and on the road always presented by Nimnick Buick GMC. Get your express oil change right now. Some 0% financing as well. Check them out, NimnickBuickGMC.com or Nimnick Buick GMC right off Phillips Highway. And on that express oil change, you don't need a scheduled appointment. Just stop in. Get your oil change. Get it done and be on your way just by stopping by Nimnick Buick GMC.
Attention Jacksonville drivers, we heard you loud and clear. You told us oil changes were taking too long, and we listened. That's why we're proud to introduce our brand new Nimnik Express service. We've added additional staff so you can get your oil changed without ever having to book an appointment. Just pull into our express lane and we'll take care of it. In the neighborhood, running errands, just realized you're overdue, just stop on in. No appointments, pull in, get out, get going. Nobody but Nimnik.
No one does it better, plays harder, or delivers more sports than CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jax 24/7. The only local, multi-platform, round-the-clock streaming sports show in Jacksonville.
Yeah, thanks, Brent and Austen. I really appreciate you having me on.
From high school football, college game days, the AFC,
wide open, caught for a touchdown.
the NFC,
He gets there, touchdown, Seattle.
the PGA,
Unbelievable.
World Cup soccer, NASCAR,
Denny Hamlin, big-time victory in Nashville.
baseball,
Ball deep center, Edmonds going back. The ball is going long.
local Jag shows,
You feel the energy in here? There should be energy. Jags are in the middle of a playoff race.
and of course, your official stations of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Lloyd, pick six. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
We have all the sports, the exclusive interviews,
We got the best fans in the NFL.
the biggest games, the live events to help make your business soar. So hold on and see why live sports is where you need to be. On CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jax 24/7. Get in the game.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We showed no mercy. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown! Duval!
ETN is going to take it all the way.
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
We got a slap from Tom Brady at the Fanatics Festival. And I guess it was real, says Austin. Is that Logan Paul or Jake Paul?
That would be Logan.
Okay.
WWE wrestler.
All right, so what's going on here? Austin knows. Do you know, Hamby?
No, I don't. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't even know why they're talking to each other. Hold on, let me fix Austin's mic.
Hang on a second, Austin. We can get your mic back. I actually don't know if we need a mic for Austin. I think we saw his face, which kind of said it all. You got him? We think? Okay. By the way, did you see, I saw this about the Fanatic. I didn't realize this was going on this weekend, but obviously it was all over the place. I think I saw they spend $90 million on the talent. I think I saw that right. $90 million on the talent appearances. So there you got Paul, Brady, and I think Bieber was there, and I don't know who the hell else, but everybody seemingly was there.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, so $90 million at this thing Fanatics spends. And I think I saw somewhere they still make a profit on the whole deal, which is insane. But what a weekend. All right, Austin, what you got? What the hell's the story here?
Yep. So Fanatics Fan Fest, Tom Brady was talking smack about Logan Paul. They eventually do a face off, and then Tom Brady, I mean, I guess you can call it a slap. It's the most awkward slap I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you threw touchdowns for a living. Let's get a little more mobility in that shoulder and those hips and really slap somebody and not make it look so fake. But then there's reports saying that Tom Brady wants to go to wrestling, and you might see it in SummerSlam, or you might see it at a different PLE event. Okay. So listen, you're not talking about wrestling already. Like, it's losing me. Mark my words, it's not like wrestling needs me as a fan. But if Tom Brady is gonna be in a PLE wrestling, I'm done. Like, I'm all done then. Like, I'm never going back. Like, that's where I'm gonna draw the line. And if you look at the comments and everything of people, I think they kind of share my sentiments a little bit. Like, people think this is cheesy because then after the Tom Brady's like, on Twitter calling him a nerd and everything. And
they were at the World Cup game, both of them flicking each other off.
Yeah, they did that too.
Oh, cool. Awesome. I missed that. Sweet. Yeah. So really, really build up this wrestling match. Can't wait. Listen, like, I tend to take pride in having a lot of empathy and try to see where people are coming from. I don't understand this Tom Brady stuff. Like, how much notoriety and fame do you need? You're the greatest quarterback of all time. We call you the GOAT for a reason. We see you every Sunday calling football games. You're part ownership of the Las Vegas Raiders. Like, you're everywhere. You're doing roasts with Kevin Hart and everything. You're on Netflix. Like, what is the why? Why do you need to do this? It's not money. So then why would you subject yourself to say, hey, let me go ahead and wrestle this YouTube star and drum up a fake kind of fight because that's what everyone else is doing?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I think it hurts your stardom a little bit. To your point, I don't know if it hurts the wrestling brand or whatever. I just don't feel like he needs to do this, and it's weird. The whole thing's goofy, dumb. Don't get it, and I don't know if it hurts him long time or whatever. But life after football, Tom. I don't hate life after football, Tom. I really don't. Like, I think him being on social media a little bit. I don't think Austin's a huge fan of it, but I don't mind it. For 20 years, he was a robot in the New England Patriots organization. And when he went to Tampa, he became kind of like this human. Like, it felt a little bit. But this stuff is just so goofy. Did we lose Austin? We thought we might.
We did.
Yeah.
But we're going to get Josh Kerr instead.
Oh, okay, good. I could save this until tomorrow. We'll mention it quick because I want to share something about it. Austin's out of here for today, and we might see him back tomorrow. He's traveling back tomorrow. We also have Big Baker Sports High School Media Day tomorrow that we're going to do a bunch of stuff with. Also, more SEC Media Day. So if we don't see Austin tomorrow, we'll see him on Wednesday back here in the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network studios. Just want to give you guys a little bit of this. Just in, apparently, the American Heart Association reveals drinking up to 5 cups of coffee per day may lower the risk of stroke, heart failure, and type 2 diabetes. So I think we can all drink to that. That's a good Monday morning enough. Meanwhile, Josh Kerr, had never heard of him.
Never heard of him either.
But apparently, he's kind of a wild personality guy, too.
Oh, is he?
And I think he's a little bit polarizing if I saw some of the tweets the right way. He ran the mile in 3:42. I had no idea, one, that was humanly possible. And for 27 years, it wasn't. It was a 27-year-old record.
Wow.
And so there's something I saw. One thing, if you saw the end of that race, by the way, like there were people not that far behind him.
At 3:45.
Which I also like, damn, like it's not like he blew the field by 18 seconds, you know?
2 people were 3 seconds behind him.
That's pretty amazing. But 10 beers a day, I don't know, Glenn, how that fits in to the American Heart Association's new study. But I saw something about how fast is 3:42 that kind of blew my mind.
Okay.
You run on the treadmill at all? Ever?
I mean, I have.
You have,
It's
right?
brutal, yeah.
Yeah, I don't run on the treadmill a lot, but I have. One of my stints of trying to get in shape was with Orange Theory, which does a lot of treadmill stuff and rowing and other things. And so, you know, sometimes you got to gas that thing up, and I don't remember even what you put the speed on, but they said this is running 16.2 on the treadmill for an entire mile. Which, by the way, like if you put me at 16.2 for 100 yards, I would fall off the treadmill.
Yes.
So if you do any treadmill work, and if that was correct, which I think I would kind of believe it is, that's how fast that is. 16.2
That's insane.
on the treadmill for a mile to get to 3:42. And the crazy thing is, he didn't. You know, a lot of guys when you see, especially in a marathon, and everything else, you think it's they just like pass out at the finish line. He didn't even look gassed.
No, yeah, he looked like it was no problem.
Unbelievable.
Ran another one. It looked like.
So I guess there's a little bit of story. Again, I didn't go down too far down the rabbit hole, but a little bit of the story is that he said he was going to do it, and he did it. But I guess that's a bit nature. Maybe who knows, the runner. Like I don't know. I guess he's brash. He's Conor McGregor of running. Like I have no idea. You know. But I think he has a little bit of that polarizing personality in that world.
All right.
So
Scottish.
He's Scottish, yeah. And so that was pretty big. You guys didn't see that. That was crazy. I feel like it was all over my feed this weekend.
Hold on. But like, where is he doing this?
Like
what kind of tournament or meet is this?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Like, and why is it now?
Another one I can't answer. I have no idea when the running circuit is.
It's kind of crazy that in a major sport, like obviously it's not a major sport, but like for them it is, like a world record of 27 years.
Yeah.
Has to be posted, like has to be done for it to get any pub because nobody even knows what this meet is.
Yeah, that's fair. Like that's what it basically has to do. Yeah. And it did, you know, to their credit. So
good advertising, y'all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the advertising. I think the running world knows when those things exist. I just think it's that where you got to live in that world. Like you have, like that's just a sport where you're not going to catch much on the outside of that sport. You got to be locked in, and there are a lot of sports that operate that way. Speaking of Republic Services, recycled headlines of the day. And I want to make sure you know to check out republicservices.com and get educated on lithium batteries, when you should throw them away, where you should throw them away, what to throw away. Check out republicservices.com, and they have a lot of information on their site about that. Do not throw them in the trash in normal recycling. That's a good way to start fires and really create some bad things happening. But you can drop them off at places like Home Depot and Lowe's and other things. So get educated on lithium batteries and how to deport them, republicservices.com. A couple of things that we didn't really talk about. Open Championship, Ryan Fox wins. You're not a huge golf guy. Did you pay attention to it at all?
Yeah, I had it on for a little bit yesterday.
The craziest thing about that is, first of all, he's 2,000 to 1 odds at the beginning. I think he's won two wins in his career. New Zealand. He plays so damn fast.
I love
it. It was wild. If you watch golf at all, it was 22 seconds from the time Sam Burns' putt didn't go in until he hit the putt to win the Open. 22 seconds. And so there's no drama built. He actually, he took away the drama. It was a putt to win a major, like backyard kind of stuff. And usually the announcers can set it up and there's building and building. He plays so fast that there was none of that. It was really a wild thing to watch.
He just stepped right up and hit it, huh?
Stepped right, hit it. I'll take 11-footer, made it, boom. And he also felt like, this is what I love about the win, is that it felt like he wanted to get the hell out of there and get to a pub. Like he did not love the whole circus around him at first. It didn't feel like it. It was like, okay, I'm out of here. He did everything fast. Just get me to the next thing. But good for him. Ryan Fox ends up winning that. CCBL, Coastal Collegiate Baseball League here in Jacksonville, has their playoffs starting today at Fort Family Park, 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. today, 4 p.m., 7 p.m. tomorrow, and then 7 p.m. championship game on Wednesday. We hope to bring you some of the highlights on CBS 47 and Fox 30. Apparently my voice is out of gas, so let's go. Let's get out of here. That is your Public Services Recycled headlines of the day. republicservices.com. Make sure you visit and get educated on lithium batteries. 2 o'clock, Talk It Up today. Oh, the Waves. That's another one I wanted to mention. They're 17-4. The Jacksonville Waves. Wow. More of that conversation with Mia O'Brien today. Club 904 is back with Mia tomorrow as well here on the network. And we are gearing up and ready to roll for football season a week from Wednesday. Jags training camp begins tomorrow. Baker Sports High School Media Day. We'll have a lot of high school football coverage and some other things too, in and out throughout the day. On the road we continue tomorrow down at the Miller Electric Center, presented by Nimnick Buick and GMC. Thanks for riding with us. Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since